Be careful who you help. Those words never left me. Even now, they echo in my mind like a warning I chose to ignore. My uncle used to say them with a seriousness that made his eyes look sharper than usual. On that particular afternoon, the sun was unforgiving. Dust floated in the air as I finished helping a customer at my small shop. That's when my uncle walked in, tired in body, but alert in spirit. "You're a good man, Alex," he said quietly. "But kindness can blind you." I laughed it off. Helping people in need felt harmless, even noble. "Showing love can't hurt anyone," I replied. He leaned closer. "Some people don't want help. They want your peace, your joy, your life. They take without touching you." I waved him away, thinking age had made him dramatic. Minutes later, I saw her. An old woman sat silently at the market junction. Her clothes were torn, her skin dry like cracked earth. One thin hand stretched forward, shaking slightly. Her face was hidden beneath a faded scarf. She looked fragile, forgotten. "My son," she whispered. "Help me. May God bless you." "May God bless." Without thinking, I dropped the small note into her bowl. She smiled slowly. "Your kindness will be remembered." I walked away feeling proud, unaware that I had just opened a door that should have stayed closed. That night, sleep didn't come easily. When it finally did, it brought strange dreams. I heard crying in the darkness, a voice whispering my name. I woke up unsettled, my chest tight. By morning, my phone rang. The business deal I had worked on for months canceled. Just like that, no explanation. I tried to stay positive. Maybe it was coincidence. Bad luck happens, right? But the problems didn't stop. That same day, my shop lost electricity. Repairs would take days. I closed early, frustrated. On my way home, my bike broke down. I pushed it for nearly an hour under the burning sun, sweat soaking my clothes. When I finally reached home, my landlord stood waiting. "I'm increasing your rent," he said flatly. "Double, starting next month." I stared at him, speechless. He shrugged. Repairs. That night, I sat alone in the dark, wondering how everything had begun to collapse so suddenly. Didn't think about the old woman at first. I blamed life, fate, bad luck. But sleep refused to come. Around midnight, I heard it again, soft crying. Too close. No one was there. My heart pounded. Then her words returned to me. "Your kindness will be remembered." When I finally slept, the dream was vivid. I stood inside a dim room with mud walls and shelves lined with dusty clay pots. The air smelled like smoke. In the center sat the old woman, whispering strange words. She held a small calabash, pouring dark liquid into a pot. Each pot had a name written in red. I stepped closer. My blood froze. One pot read, "Alex." She looked up. Her eyes were empty, sorrowful. Then she smiled, not kindly, but coldly. I woke up screaming, drenched in sweat. My uncle's warning was no longer a memory. It was becoming my reality. The next day, everything worsened. Customers passed my shop without stopping. My supplier refused credit. Even my cleaner didn't show up. It felt like the world had turned against me overnight. That afternoon, I returned to the market junction. I needed to see her again. She sat in the same spot, unchanged. "My son," she whispered again. This time I didn't stop, but her voice felt different, stronger, knowing. Back at my shop, my neighbor waited. His face looked drained. "Ever since I gave that old woman money," he said, "my life has fallen apart." My heart sank. He described breakdowns, losses, heartbreak. "I had a dream," I said quietly. "Clay pots. My name." His eyes widened. "I had the same dream." Before we could speak further, Florence joined us, another neighbor, tears in her eyes. She had lost everything too. That's when we understood. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't imagination. Something dark had entered our lives through an act of kindness. We agreed to confront her at sunset, when the market would be empty. That evening, the sky burned orange and red. The air felt heavy. Each step toward her felt like walking deeper into something unknown. She smiled as we approached. "My children," she said softly, "do you bring something for me today?" "No," I answered. We came for the truth. We told her everything, the losses, the dreams, the suffering. For a moment, her smile faded. Then she whispered, "You gave freely." Her voice changed deeper, stronger. "What you give with your hands," she said, "I take with your heart." She whispered in a strange language. Her body shook. She slammed her hand on the bowl. The sound echoed unnaturally. Her scarf slipped, revealing a glowing mark on her forehead. "If my children abandon me," a voice spoke through her, "why should yours prosper?" We stepped back in terror. Whatever this was, it was not human weakness. It was a door we had opened, and now we didn't know how to close it. Her body lay still, almost lifeless, yet her voice carried deep pain. "I had 3 sons," she said softly. "I gave them everything I had. I fed them with my last crumbs. I sent them to school with money I borrowed and begged for." Her eyes filled with tears, but her voice remained cold, controlled. "One by one, they left," she continued. Each promised to return. Each promised to care for me when I grew old. She paused, lifting her head slowly, her face twisted with sorrow and rage. Years passed. None of them came back. I begged, I prayed, I waited. Her voice trembled. No one came. She stepped forward, anger shaking his voice. So you punish strangers for what your own children did? She looked at him sharply. If my own blood could forget me, she said, what hope do I have in strangers? She pointed at us. Your coins were only a door. You gave them freely. I did not ask for your blessings. I took your comfort. I stepped closer. That isn't fair. We were trying to help. Her laugh was soft, bitter. Help? She whispered. Help me die slowly? You help with one hand and walk away with the other. Every coin you dropped was soaked in pity, not love. Florence covered her mouth, tears spilling from her eyes. You took our peace, our children, our lives. The old woman lowered her voice. I take what was denied to me. In that moment, we didn't know whether to feel anger or pity. But one truth was clear. We were cursed, and that curse had to be broken. That night, none of us slept. My heart was heavy with fear and confusion. How could someone we helped turn against us like this? And yet, her pain was real. She had been abandoned by her own children. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. But sorrow could not undo the damage she had caused. The next morning, I called Chi and Florence. We need help, I said. Someone who understands spiritual things. Florence nodded quickly. I know a pastor in the next town. People say he sees things others can't. We agreed to go that evening. The journey was quiet. Each of us was lost in thought, holding on to hope like our final breath. When we reached the small church, the pastor was already outside, waiting like he had been expecting us. You've come carrying a heavy burden, he said calmly. Tell me everything. Inside his office, we told him the whole story, the giving, the dreams, the losses, the confession. When we finished, he bowed his head in silence. What you gave was physical, he said finally. What she took was spiritual. A gate was opened, and now it must be closed. His words sent chills through me, but also relief. At least now, we were not alone. He led us into a small prayer room behind the church. Candles burned on a wooden table. A large cross hung on the wall. The air smelled of oil and something deeper peace. Some people carry pain so deep it turns into poison, he said. That woman isn't just angry, she is bitter. He placed a bottle of oil and his Bible on the table. Tonight we pray. The door that was opened will be shut. We knelt. His prayer began slowly, then rose with power. He called out every spirit of sorrow, loss, and destruction. Something burned inside my chest. I began to cry not just from fear, but from everything I had held inside. Florence screamed and collapsed, shaking. Chi gripped a chair, tears pouring down his face. The pastor laid hands on us. Every curse is broken. Every dark door is shut. What was taken will be restored. The candles flickered wildly. The air grew cold, then suddenly still. And just like that, it was over. We sat trembling, exhausted but free. For the first time in weeks, my chest felt light. The next morning, I woke without fear. No voices, no dreams. Even the air in my room felt cleaner. At my shop, the electricity was back. The electrician stood there fixing the last wire. Customers arrived one by one. By midday, business was better than it had been in weeks. She called me. My car started without trouble. Florence sent the voice note, crying, but this time with joy. Someone offered to help with my daughter's school fees. Something had shifted. That evening, we met by the mango tree. We didn't speak much. I can breathe again, Florence whispered. So can I replied. But we must be careful. Days passed. Life returned to normal slowly. Then one morning, I noticed the old woman's spot was empty. Her mat was gone. No scarf, no bowl. People said different things. Some said she died. Others said she vanished overnight. I felt relief and sadness. She had done wrong. But she was also a mother abandoned by her children. That evening, I sat outside my shop watching the sunset. My uncle's words returned. Be careful who you help. Not every hand that begs is clean. I visited him that night. He smiled gently. Your eyes look clearer now. I told him everything. He listened quietly. Some people carry darkness, he said. They look weak, but inside they are broken glass. Days turned into weeks. Life improved, but I had changed. I still helped people, but no longer blindly. One afternoon, I saw a small boy by the roadside. Dirty clothes, tired eyes. I knelt beside him. What's your name? Daniel, he whispered. I gave him food and something more. Attention, care. That was the difference. Real help comes from the heart, not just the hand. Years have passed now. I still hear her voice sometimes, but I hear my uncle's voice louder. Kindness without wisdom is dangerous. The old woman is gone, but the lesson remains. Kindness is a gift. Wisdom is protection.